Program brought to you by NEC, proud sponsors of the Davis Cup, and C7 Olympics. Call your pay TV provider.
It's time again for Australia to gather its strength in defence of the Davis Cup. And what strength to command for this semi-final encounter with Brazil. The spearhead, Pat Rafter, direct from his outstanding performances at Wimbledon, beating Agassi in one of the great matches of all time, and yielding only to the Grand Slam record breaker Sampras in the final. Rafter, after the angst of injury, back to his full-blooded attacking best. And joined by the evergreen Mark Woodford, coming off his own Wimbledon triumph, the Woodies having claimed the doubles crown for the 6th time. Plus, fiercely competitive Leighton Hewitt, Cup hero on debut last year, and always ready to give 100%. And answering a last-minute call-up, Sandon Stolle, who shared the Wimbledon spoils with a berth in the doubles final. The glaring absentee for Australia is Mark Philippoussis, a late withdrawal claiming fatigue and a sore knee. And after their own exertions at Wimbledon, Rafter and his teammates are not impressed.
I guess he doesn't feel like playing Davis Cup, so it just puts us... I just wish he'd come out and say something, how he's feeling. And just clear the air. I'd respect him a lot more for it than jerking us around.
Australia just say now, look, Mark, if you can't commit, buzz off.
Yeah, I think it comes to that point right now. We just say something. If you don't enjoy playing, that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. He has a problem either with the players, with playing for Australia, or Davis Cup. I've got no idea. And just tell us what it is, and then we can leave him alone.
The job still has to be done, and the Aussies will need all their guile and strength against a Brazilian team led by the world's number 4 player, Gustavo Kuerten, winner of the French Open Championship this year for the 2nd time. The charismatic Guga, supported by Fernando Meligini, Jamie Onsins and Andre Sarr. The Latin Americans more renowned for their clay court expertise, but with far too much talent for Australia to take for granted, even on grass. From the ANZ Stadium in Brisbane, the Davis Cup semi-final, Australia against Brazil.
Hello and welcome to ANZ Stadium in Brisbane for this Davis Cup semi-final between Australia and Brazil. It's a glorious day. We expect sensational competition. Let's have a look at the team lineups for both nations. Australia is spearheaded by our number 1 player at the moment, Leighton Hewitt, joined by Pat Rafter, and in the doubles it'll be Sandon Stolle and Mark Woodford. For Brazil, their top player is Gustavo Kuerten, the French Open champion, expected to play doubles as well. He's joined by Fernando Meligini, Jamie Onsins and Andre Sarr. Today's format, we have Pat Rafter up first against Gustavo Kuerten, followed by Leighton Hewitt and Fernando Meligini. Let's go courtside, and we're joined by Gary Wilkinson and John Alexander. Gary, I guess the sellout crowd is really going to be behind Pat Rafter, but the pressure is on Gustavo as he tries to put Brazil into the final for the very first time.
Thanks, Tracy. You're right. But John Alexander, there might be a lot of coffee in Brazil, but not too many grass tennis courts.
No, I don't think there's one, but the boys have had a lot of grass court tennis in the last couple of weeks, and Gustavo Kuerten is a great tennis player, and he has been to the quarterfinals of Wimbledon. So unlike our friend Kafelnikov, who Nuke said never played on a worn grass court, he has seen the second week of Wimbledon, and the first match, I think, really is key to this series.
All that being so, Tracy, let's hope when it's over, Pat's the one drinking the cappuccino and Gustavo is the one that's grassed off.
That sounds like a JA line to me. John Fitzgerald is with us. John, has Pat had enough time to recover and put in his best today?
That's the big question mark for me, Tracy, whether he's over the jet lag. He's only been here a couple of days, but on current form, you'd have to think that that would override the jet lag. He's playing a mighty good player in Kuerten today. two-time French Open champion and current title holder there, but you'd expect Pat on a level playing field on this fast grass court to come out in front.
Australia has met Brazil twice before. Let's have a look at the record. It's good news for Australia, although we're looking a fair way back, JR.
Yeah, that is a long time ago. I'm not sure if that's relevant, Tracy. You know, a big difference playing in Brazil or playing in Australia. Down there, it would be a very, very difficult task on the clay in front of a very vocal crowd. But in Brisbane, on a fast grass court, the advantage is certainly in Australia's favour.
Well, we have the players on court warming up. When we come back, it's rubber number one between Pat Rafter and Gustavo Kuerten.
Yeah, I like that. You know what I mean?
As technology surges forward at an unprecedented rate, isn't it good to know that there's a company with the vision and leadership required to help your business grow? As the driving force behind many of today's leading innovations, we are committed to delivering technology solutions that will build your business for the future.
Nick Scully has more furniture on display than anywhere else in Sydney, and right now you can take it home for free. That's right. Don't even put a deposit down, just take it home and pay it off over 2 years interest-free. Right now at Nick Scully Furniture.
Want a new car? If you have a job and a licence, call 9636 2999 and for no deposit and $5 a day, it's yours. The Family Car Centre at Wentworthville and Chester Hill wants to put you in a quality used car for no deposit from just $5 a day. Yes, just $5 a day. A quality used car now. Fords, Toyotas, Holdens, Nissans. A great selection of four-wheel drives and people movers. For no deposit and just $5 a day, you can drive away in a great car. Choose from over 200 cars waiting for you at the Family Car Centre from just $5 per day. Call now, 9636 2999. Replace your old car or become a two-car family from just $5 a day. Don't believe it? Call 9636 2999 now and find out how you can take advantage of this outrageous offer. No deposit finance from just $5 a day. You can't lose. The best chance finance for no deposit and from just $5 a day. You can drive away in a car like this today. Do you want a new car? Call 9636 2999 now.
Magic mirror on the wall. Who is the fairest one of all?
From the creators of Aladdin and Toy Story, Disney on Ice presents Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Don't miss this timeless classic fairy tale as it comes to life on ice. Share the magic and relive the memories, and your favourite Disney friends will be there too. Disney on Ice presents Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Sydney Entertainment Centre from July 12. Book now at Ticketek. Proudly presented by Kraft.
Welcome back to ANZ Stadium, traditional ground for the Brisbane Broncos in the Rugby League competition, but this weekend home to the Davis Cup semi-final. Currently it's 14 degrees with an expected top of 20 degrees later today. Let's go to our commentators, Gary Wilkinson and John Alexander.
Glorious day and fantastic crowd for this opening singles rubber in the Davis Cup semi-final, and well, it depends on how you look at it, whether the draw worked out best for Australia or for Brazil. Rafter, I guess, would have liked that extra day, but the draw has him against Kuerten first up, and this is going to tell a lot about the outcome of this tie. Crowd already in good voice. The Aussie fanatics in a big, solid group, poised right above the court here at the ANZ Stadium, and that'll be ringing loud in Gustavo Kuerten's ears. Patrick Rafter, what a career he's had. Winner of 10 tournament titles, 2 US Open championships back-to-back in 98 and 99. Shoulder surgery at the end of last year, of course, put his career in jeopardy, but he's back with a vengeance. He won the Ross Marlin grass court title just prior to Wimbledon, and then what a Wimbledon he had. That victory over Andre Agassi in the semi-finals was just something to behold, and almost took it all the way, faltering only to Pete Sampras, giving him a record number of Grand Slams with his victory, his 7th Wimbledon victory, in fact. So Patrick Rafter, second and none coming into this, still a little jet lagged probably after rushing back from Wimbledon, but ready to give it all against Gustavo Kuerten.
And this is the opponent He is ranked 4 and number 1 on the champions race this year. He has 9 titles, including 2 French championships, the second one of which he won just a couple of weeks ago. His Davis Cup record is quite spectacular: 12 wins, 6 losses. He's 23 years of age. He was the second lowest ranked player ever to win a Grand Slam event when he won the French for the first time in 1997. He was ranked 66 then, has made tremendous gains. He leads the championship race this year.
Well, the last time they played, Kuerten and Rafter would have been on clay at the Italian Open last year. This is a different ball game. Let's hear from Pat himself about how he feels he might play against Kuerten today.
Well, it's going to be a very quick court out there, and Gustavo serves very well. It's going to be a tough serve to get back. And I feel like if I can get the serve back and get into play, I could probably be, I think I can get up and win. But it's going to be a very tough match, and I'm not taking this thing lightly one bit.
Pat Rafter on Gustavo Kuerten, and the match, which is coming up very shortly, the international umpire in charge of the matches from Switzerland, that's Andre Egli. Davis Cup semi-final, Australia and Brazil. Play will start when we return. Oh, we're staying with it, right, because they're about to start. Wise choice. Crystal clear blue sky over Brisbane and all of southeast Queensland. As players are got to get underway, you could not have picked a more perfect day.
When Australia won the toss, they elected to serve.
That's after winning the toss.
First 4 sets on.
And will serve, as you heard from Andre Egli. Not a cloud in the sky. There'll be no chance of any interruption to play here today. And whilst the fanatics, as I said, in that solid block of yellow you can see in the middle of the screen, whilst they're in good voice, there is a small, very vocal local Brazilian contingent resident here in Brisbane as well. I know because I had them camped under my hotel window until 2 o'clock this morning, chanting "Guga, Guga, Guga," and a lot of other Brazilian epithets that I didn't understand.
And there is the mighty Guga. And you would have noticed on the aerial shot how worn the court is. And unlike last year, when Murray McFarlane, the curator for the Davis Cup grass courts here in Australia, arranged for a lot of juniors to play on the court, to wear the court down to make it faster, this wear has occurred solely during practice because there is less regrowth at this time of the year than in September, October. It is Rafter serving first game. And the consensus of opinion is that the court is far more fiery than it was this last year against the Russians. That first serve would indicate that too.
Sorry.
And the speed of the court getting the better of Kuerten for the second time in 2 points.
May I please take a seat to the back of the court? Thank you.
Well, this was just an extraordinary half volley. I don't think Pat expected that to go in his wildest dreams. When you're hot, you're hot. 40 love.
Game Australia.
A ripper start for Patrick Rafter.
And we continue with the new rules for the year 2000. No break after the first game, but a 2-minute break is taken after each set.
Please be seated. Players are ready. Thank you. Please take the next available seat. Thank you. First service. 15 love.
Kuerten, the taller of the two players, at 1.91 metres, 6'3" against 6'1", 1.85 for Rafter.
Short second serve sat up and Rafter just put it away down the line.
15 all.
Very quick move to his left, an aggressive forehand.
He's in great touch early, Rafter.
Sorry.
He'll come to the net given the opportunity, Kuerten. He's going to have to do that. He's going to have to take plenty of risks in this match.
Terrific return of serve, but that's Gustavo's better side, his backhand. He can be very aggressive down the line, equally aggressive across court.
.40-30. Game Brazil. One game all.
John Fitzgerald's got himself installed in a prime courtside seat. Rafter looking pretty impressive in these early couple of games, Fitz.
He really has been looking good, Gary. A quality start to this match. Serving well, isn't he? In the first two games he served, and Kuerten looks a little bit at sea trying to get his first serve back into play. But he's dangerous, Gary, isn't he? When he gets the ball to sit up on the second shot, he's as good as anyone in the world. He'll put it away. I think the big question mark for Kuerten in this match, though, is his service games. If he misses a lot of first serves, he'll be in trouble. He needs to keep a high percentage of his first serves into play, otherwise Rafter will attack him.
30-15.
Fitzy, would you agree that this court is much faster, much more fiery than those at Wimbledon?
Yes, it's a different type of court, isn't it? A lot less growth on this court in Brisbane than there is at Wimbledon. Much lusher at Wimbledon. And this court seems faster.
Game Australia.
3 games played, they've gone with service. Australia ahead, 2-1.
Australia leads by 2-1.
5 rings. 1 call.
He's going to win gold for Australia. Oh, this is fantastic from the Australians. They've kicked away all the time. Johnson steaming away. This is rare gold. The best kind of gold. Can Freeman lift? She is lifting. It's been a mighty race. A colossus as big as has
To subscribe to C7's non-stop Olympic coverage, call now.
Gee, look what's happening at Michael Hill Jeweller. These 9-carat gold hoop earrings are now $69. Gee, this sapphire and diamond ring was $399, now $199. Gee, it's Michael Hill Jeweller great savings time. Gee.
Looking from the top of the Western temporary stand here at ANZ Stadium.
Please take a
High up.
available seat, thank you.
As the players return to court. Kuerten to serve. 2-1 Australia. Just missed. Guga's not sure.
Law 15.
Deceptive looking. Sorry, John.
Yes, he's just looked awkward coming forward there, didn't he? It's not the type of tennis that he's used to playing. He's used to planting himself behind the baseline and unloading with heavy topspin.
I was going to say he's a deceptive looking athlete. In fact, doesn't look like an athlete at all. He's got tremendous endurance.
15-all.
As evidenced by his 2 victories at the French Open.
Gary, I think we'll see as this match wears on that Kuerten will go to the Rafter forehand with the second serve quite often, because he knows if he goes to the backhand like he did there, Pat will take it on the rise and come in, and then he's under pressure.
Thirty.
Needed the big serve too. He measured that, he had all the court to play with, and he overdid it.
This really is a gift for Australia. 3-quarter court where he's at his best. He loves that off forehand. Australia have break point.
Game is straight.
Double fault gives Australia the break. 3-1 in the first set. Couple of calls there. Kuerten didn't like, including the last one, the double fault. But it's cost him. Still asking questions of Andre Egli and of his captain, Riccardo Acioli, sitting at the courtside. What's going on, he said. Well, what's going on is you're down a break, pal.
First service.
He had to make the shot because that ball was going in from Kuerten.
15 love. Ladies and gentlemen, as a courtesy to both players, if you have the mobile phone with you, make sure it's switched off.
Very quick movement here by Pat, moving in and across, met the first volley very close to the net.
He must have packed up that Wimbledon form, put it in the bag, and just brought it right home with him.
He's picked it up. It's not the best half volley here, but guessing right. Good anticipation. Had to move one way or the other. 40 love on serve.
Game
4 games to 1.
How far do you have to go to find a perfect mildly spiced chicken laksa? A perfect Indian butter chicken with plump jasmine rice. Or a perfect rigatoni and char-grilled vegetables with salami. Only as far as your freezer. McCain Dinner Perfection. The taste is just perfect. Ah, McCain, you've done it again.
For quality cement tile roof restoration and iron re-roofing, call Modern Roofing now and get 20% off restoration and 10% off iron replacement. That's 20% off cement tile restoration and 10% off iron re-roofing, 6 months interest-free. For great roofing values, great savings and quality workmanship, call Modern Roofing now. 1311 78, 7 days a week.
Yes, Modern are the best. Call us now.
Gustavo Kuerten remonstrating with umpire Andre Egley as he returned to the chair, and now earnest discussion with his captain, Riccardo Acioli. A couple of calls he's been unhappy about. I don't know what else that got under his skin, but the last game and a half, he's been out there gesticulating and had a few words with Andre Egley. Just a little out of sorts at the moment and down a break. He needs to focus. Missed. John Fitzgerald, is it those couple of close calls that are under his skin, or is there something else?
No, I can't work out what it is that he's so upset about. It seemed like that second serve on break point was clearly out, Gary, so it was certainly a break of serve. Maybe he's just upset at the standard of that game. Because he really did hand it to Pat in a way. And this court, though, this is fast down here, Gary. It's becoming very obvious that when Pat gets the ball back deep, the first return, then Kuerten's under pressure if he stays back.
40 long. For service. Again, Brazil. Australia leads by 4 games to 2.
Better effort from Kuerten.
Well, this is the more difficult end for the right-hander to serve, and it's where Kuerten had lost his serve from the southern end, and player could easily be blinded by the sun. It might affect the first shot after serve.
Law 15.
Beautiful return of serve taken early before the top of the bounce, just swept to the feet of the incoming volleyer. Pat Rafter has picked up a lot of difficult returns over the last 2 rounds of Wimbledon, especially against Andre Agassi.
Pat Rafter's signature, isn't it?
Now it's Rafter in trouble on serve. Does have a bit of a sticky ball toss hand at times. Of 30. Beautiful wrong footing volley back to Kuerten's backhand where he's coming from. Not a bad lob and a good idea to lob into the sun this stage of the day.
Rafter back from lob 30 to make it 5-2 in the first set.
Sponsoring a child for World Vision makes me feel as though I'm actually doing something positive.
Today is a work day for Raina. Same as yesterday, same as tomorrow. Raina roams this urban rubbish dump, sorting cans, paper and plastic from the filthy refuse that the rubbish trucks tip, almost on top of them. Raina works from 7 a.m. till 6:30 p.m. every day, 7 days a week, to earn less than $2 to keep her mother and little sister Yesenia alive. Their home is the rubbish dump. Their bedroom, cardboard boxes. Their cooking pot, an old tin. Raina would love to go to school and learn to read. All she needs is to be given a chance. When you sponsor a child like Raina, you're not just helping her, you're helping to improve the living conditions of her family and everyone within her community.
Contributing to helping these kids have a better life, that's a really rewarding feeling.
Call World Vision on 13 32 40 and sponsor a child today.
Kuerten returning to the court in a perilous position in the first set of this Davis Cup. Singles match, the first match of the semi-final tie against Australia. Rafter with a break, 5-2 ahead. Kuerten to serve at the tough end, the southern end. This is where he had trouble on his last serve.
Love 15. Sergio.
Here's the Rafter chip and charge, but this is more charge than chip. And normally Pat would get off on top on the close stuff, but not this time. And Gustavo overplaying from the three-quarter court. One of the differences on grass as opposed to clay is the ball is going to be keeping lower and therefore compromising his clearances.
Advantage, Brazil.
As Pat said yesterday in the press conference, one of his concerns is the Gustavo Kuerten serve. It is a big serve.
He's awake to that, Kuerten.
Well, this shot could not have been played better by Pat Rafter. A beautiful angled short ball. And Kuerten just showing how quick he is for a big man. Got there easily and controlled the angled return very, very well.
For all that, Rafter to serve for the first set.
Love 15.
Kuerten to be on his toes now.
Having trouble again on serve, as he was in his previous game at love 30.
Oh, overruled by Andre Egli. Ricardo Asioli protests.
Well, I would think that Brazil has been lucky to get a replay. Let's have a look at it in replay. And it was quite a late call, which hardly would have affected the receiver's ability to return the ball.
Attempted topspin lob, nowhere near good enough by Kuerten. That little laugh.
Gustavo distinctly unhappy.
And set point.
Very placid nature, Gustavo, very similar to Pat Rafter.
Yes, that's good. That's the set to Australia. Pat Rafter, 6 games to 3 over Gustavo Kuerten.
As technology surges forward at an unprecedented rate, isn't it good to know that there's a company with the vision and leadership required to help your business grow? As the driving force behind many of today's leading innovations, we are committed to delivering technology solutions that will build your business for the future.
Nothing on earth beats owning a boat.
And nothing beats the Sydney International Boat Show for everything that's new in boats and water sports. It's the best place to see boats, the best place to buy boats, plus the Johnson Outboards Fishing Clinic and the Strictly Sail Expo. Sponsored by Club Marine Insurance, the Waterways Authority and Channel 7, the Sydney Boat Show's a must.
'Cause nothing on earth beats owning a boat. Nothing on earth beats your own boat.
A missing girl sets off a deadly chain of events.
Who do you think he was, Miss Bamber?
I don't know. Acclaimed British drama continues on 7 with tonight's Inspector Wexford mystery.
This girl was beaten to death.
Sifting through a fabric of lies.
Why kill a woman if she's already invisible?
Who paid you off?
Is the investigation getting out of control?
Do you realise the implications of what you're saying?
Tonight, Ruth Rendell's compelling Inspector Wexford mystery on 7.
Back at the ANZ Stadium in Brisbane. First set to Australia. Gustavo Kuerten and his captain both very clearly upset by a couple of close calls and an overrule by umpire Andre Egri. This we recorded during the break. That is the referee for this tie, Norbert Pike from Germany. And Ricardo Acioli, the Brazilian captain, former tour player through the 80s and right up to the early 90s, remonstrating with the German umpire, and will now resume his seat as we begin play in the second set.
$15 love. $15 all. $30, 15. $40, 15.
That looks, but doesn't argue.
Enormous first serve from Kuerten.
Third ace for him.
Inside the ball.
Patrick, he was there. The shot was his, but found the net, and Kuerten holds serve. Both men tremendously popular figures on the world tennis circuit and with their respective home country fans. Patrick is, what's he after?
Well,
no balls. Down
Could
at
be
the
a
centre of the court.
decoy. He wanted the balls, but he got a drink.
They both have that trendily dishevelled look, Kuerten and Rafter. Kuerten more like an unmade bed.
And they both like the beach.
Law 15.
Rafter's first ace.
Gustavo Kuerten not accustomed to having to move in and play at these close quarters, and Pat Rafter very sharp on the volley.
40-15.
Points won at net 8-1, favouring Pat Rafter.
Game Australia. One game.
A very pensive look on the face of Riccardo Acioli, and not hard to figure out why, John Fitzgerald.
Yeah, they really feel like they were taken advantage of. I think in that last game of the first set, they discussed it at length at the change of ends, Gary, and they really feel like they got 2 bad calls in that game. But I think after a slow start, Kuerten is really forcing himself back into this match to a certain degree. He's starting to hold his serve a little easier, getting a few free points off the first serve, and slight inroads on the Rafter serve also.
30 love.
Problem is, on this fast grass court, though, it's just one quick slip-up, a couple of bad errors at the wrong time, and a set can be gone.
Game Brazil.
Love game for Kuerten. 2-1 in the second set.
Brazil leads by 2 games to 1.
Olympic tickets are now selling live. First in, first served. Just call 137279.
Most heartburn remedies neutralise acid here, but often that's not where the problem is. Gaviscon's different. It soothes the burning here and keeps digestive acid here where it should be.
Gaviscon, now in soothing peppermint liquid.
Gee, look what's happening at Michael Hill Jeweller. This 9-carat gold padlock bracelet. Now an amazing $599. Gee, this princess cut diamond ring is only $899. Gee, it's Michael Hill Jeweller great savings time. Gee.
Not just the Davis Cup, but Tri-Nations Rugby on 7. This is the big one. Australia, New Zealand, Stadium, Australia tomorrow. Saturday, 15 July. Check your local guides for telecast details. Don't miss it. Whatever you do, it'll be a ripper. Here at the ANZ Stadium, first match. Pat Rafter against Gustavo Kuerten. First set to Rafter, 6-3. Kuerten 2-1 ahead in the second. Games on serve.
30 love.
Beautifully measured backhand pass by Kuerten. Little net cord set it up for him.
30-15.
The reverse angles, a fine pickup off the half volley for Pat Rafter. He did all he could have. The backhand of Kuerten, very aggressive down the line.
Oh.
Really jammed the Brazilian up with that serve. This odd little bounce there, just snuck over the net. Seemed to, I don't know, the bounce seemed to fool Rafter.
It's a little bit of indecision. He just propped, and then it was as if the ball kept a little lower than expected.
Oh.
Second serve from Rafter. 2 games all.
This court really is complimenting Pat's serve because it's hard and fast, so it's allowing the second serve kick to really come up and come through. Great move here from Pat, moving very, very quickly to the net, taking it on the backhand side, showing that his shoulder is fully recovered.
Oh, a look to the heavens for Rafter. A golden opportunity missed there.
$30-15.
Great placement by Rafter, and Kuerten was there though.
Pat Rafter getting a nice firm slice on this ball, and the ball really skidding through and low.
Double fault brings up a break point against Kuerten and Brazil. Some pressure on this second serve. There's the break, 3-2 Australia, second set.
focus, clear your mind, breathe, and life becomes crystal clear. Haze Crystal Air, a new direction in home fragrancing with a concentrated blend of natural fragrances that lasts up to 4 weeks, inlaid in the purity of glass. So tranquil, so refreshing, so beautiful. New Haze Crystal Air, fragrances that change your world.
This will be the setting for one of the most bruising battles of the year.
Slammed to ground, what a tackle!
Two proud nations fighting for rugby's holy grail.
Merton's all the way!
Two champion teams playing for one ultimate prize.
2 to go, they're over!
This is one battle you will not want to miss.
For pride.
He's beaten 2!
For honour. The Bledisloe Cup. Live, Australia versus New Zealand. Saturday, 7:30 on 7.
Pat Rafter and Australia up a set and a break. John Fitzgerald, how was that last point for confidence for Rafter?
Yeah, you can't hit a better half volley than that, can you? And I think probably a very significant part of this match, Gary. If we look back on it after, Rafter really did make a big effort there. The half volley was perfect touch, and the significance of it in his mind was clarified, I think, by the way he pumped his fist. He really looked at his partner, his teammates on the side of the court, and gave Nuke a high five. He knew how important that shot was.
15 love.
He's in trouble after the return of serve from Kuerten, but anticipated well. The forehand volley hit well, unfortunately catching the top of the net. Gustavo getting onto the return of serve again. This time Pat wrong footing with the forehand volley across court. A great return of serve in a row from Kuerten. Again, Pat forced a half volley, which gave Kuerten the opportunity to make the pass. If he gets enough chances, he will make some. Cunning grass court play there from Pat Rafter. Very difficult to pick the ball up from here. Forced a half volley again, so he just bunted it very low into the worn section in the service box. It didn't come through, and that surprised Gustavo.
Game, Australia.
And Ricardo challenging the call.
Australia leads 4-2.
Australia in a commanding position now with a set and a break, and Gustavo Kuerten fighting to hang on.
Oh, that'll rub a bit of salt into the wound.
There's not enough salt to go into all the wounds.
Law 15.
Gustavo really struggling to maintain his composure. Normally a very composed and even-tempered competitor. Absolutely everything going against the Brazilian.
Love 30.
Even the let cord turning into a disadvantage. It's sat up and made for an easy ball for Rafter.
Longest rally of the match, and Guga misses the one down the line. Triple break point for Australia to go to a 5-2 lead. And so it is a set and 5-2, Rafter and Australia in this first singles match.
One call.
Oh, this is fantastic from the Australians. They've kicked away all the time. Johnson steaming away. This is rare goal. The best kind of goal. Can Freeman lift? She is lifting. It's been a mighty race. A colossus as big as has ever been.
To subscribe to C7's non-stop Olympic coverage, call now.
Faster than a speeding comet, able to leap onto house roofs from a single ladder. Australia's own superhero, Mr. Antenna. More powerful TV reception than you imagine from only $95, depending on signal strength. Today's super deal. Antenna, 3-year warranty, free video and TV tuning, all from $95 fully installed. Mr. Antenna, today's superhero for the new millennium. Call 13 11 49.
Mr. Antenna, the name you can trust.
There were genuine concerns in the Australian camp. Captain John Newcombe about Rafter having to play this first match, having rushed back from Wimbledon, and the great exertions that he had there, whether or not he really would be up for it against the world's number 4 player. Up for it? Snack.
He's doing just fine, isn't he? He's picking
so far
up right from the form that he had in the first 2 sets against Sampras and all through 5 against Agassi, serving with new balls.
Go!
15 love.
Pat here maybe just trying for a little bit too much on the forehand volley when he was really extended. Could have maybe gone with something more conservative.
30-15.
And Gary Guga down here now just flexing his groin injury that he had and holding his hip flexor a little bit. Maybe the state of the match and the scoreline is making him feel that injury a little bit more now.
The state of mind too. Set points. Ace, 2 sets to love, Rafter and Australia.
For quality cement tile roof restoration and iron re-roofing, call Modern Roofing now and get 20% off restoration and 10% off iron replacement. That's 20% off cement tile restoration and 10% off iron re-roofing, 6 months interest-free. For great roofing values, great savings and quality workmanship, call Modern Roofing now. 13 11 78, 7 days a week.
Yes, Modern are the best. Call us now.
I'm a control freak. That's why I drive a Commodore. One of the reasons for the control I get in this Commodore, you can get in every Commodore. It's rear-wheel drive. In my opinion, it gives the driver a genuine feel for the road and therefore more control. A large car, built for Australian conditions, like Commodore, just has to be rear-wheel drive.
Westpac's helping us teach our children Olympic ideals, like teamwork and achievement. Westpac's Olympic Youth Program is giving us the tools we need to teach our children ideals that will help them throughout their lives.
Think Olympic ideals will help our kids achieve in life?
I might never be an Olympic athlete, but at least I can think like one.
Powerhouse performance by Pat Rafter means that Australia is up 2-0. We've not had quite 1 hour's play. Any concerns that he may not have been at his top for this match? Out the window for Rafter. He's cruising at the moment, and Kuerten with it all to do.
Long. Fifteen.
Paul Kildare shading his eyes, and rightly so.
Sun could be damaging, you know.
He's the social director of the team. Pat going with a heavily sliced backhand there, trying to keep the ball low. He's floating the last one over the baseline. Again, trying to keep the ball low.
40-15.
Catching the top of the net with the slice.
Again, Brazil, first game, third set.
Comfortable service game to start the third set for Kuerten, but that's the way he started the second as well. It wasn't long before Rafter gained the ascendancy, as he did in the first set too. Just over an hour, just on an hour's play now. And the Brazilians needing a turnaround.
Love 15.
Second serve really getting up high, and Pat came in very quickly, took the ball shoulder height, virtually on top of the net.
15, sorry.
Just a little trouble with the ball toss there. It wasn't high enough.
Exactly right, Jay. That ball toss was low, and that's a problem that Pat has sometimes. And he thinks about it a fair bit, sometimes a bit too much. He knows that when he gets the ball toss at the right height, he'll serve well.
Sorry all.
And sitting at courtside here, you can virtually tell when he's going to hit a good serve, because if the ball toss is up high enough, he rarely misses it.
Seems like such a simple thing, but it's fundamental to a high percentage of first serves in.
Right in the corner.
$40-30. First service. Game, Australia.
One game all, third set. John Fitzgerald mentioned that Gustavo Kuerten, when he won his first French Open, was the second lowest ranked player ever to win a Grand Slam championship. A few people calling up wanting to know who was the lowest. Fitz would have had to have been Mark Edmondson, wouldn't it?
I think Edo would certainly be in the running. He wasn't ranked considerably high anyway when he won in '76 the Australian Open.
Low 15.
And it was a bit of a shock to everyone when he beat Rosewall and Newcombe back to back. One of the great performances.
But he was the highest ranked office cleaner in the world at the time.
Second
great stories was he was working cleaning offices and various other odd jobs leading up to the Australian Open that year.
Always in command to the point, Kuerten.
$15-all.
Pretty solid from the three-quarter court, moving in very quickly, taking that volley right on top of the net.
30-15.
Serve look wide.
30-all.
And Pat, having looked back at the linesman on that sideline, so Australia probably won that point twice. 30-all, chance for a break again early in this third set. Australia leading 2-1.
And this is real danger time for Kuerten now. You'd expect Rafter to go in on this point.
Tried to get it over his head, Kuerten, but the high backhand from Rafter, spot on.
And again, this is a display of Rafter's network. And is his shoulder all right? I think it is.
Break point.
Game
Australia 2-1. Third set, 2 sets to love.
As technology surges forward at an unprecedented rate, isn't it good to know that there's a company with the vision and leadership required to help your business grow? As the driving force behind many of today's leading innovations, we are committed to delivering technology solutions that will build your business for the future.
You've got a cold.
Most kids think medicine has to taste terrible.
Where are you hiding?
But now there's great tasting Dimetapp to relieve colds and allergies.
You're like Dimetapp.
Great tasting Dimetapp. It relieves kids as well as colds.
Continental Easy Meals now has a range of delicious vegetable meal ideas, like vegetable korma curry. What do you think?
It's perfect, Mum.
You and Continental, just brilliant.
The big crowd, I'd say 98% more in full voice for Pat Rafter and Australia. 2 sets to love and 2 games to 1 with a break in the third.
And a broken racket, Gary, at the end of
There
that last
goes
game
one
for Gustavo. He's really showing his frustrations now. Snapped one of his frames, and it is unusual for him, such a placid personality. J.A., I would start to wonder now whether Australia would be thinking seriously of playing Rafter tomorrow. If he wins this in straight sets in a quick time, he may be fresh enough to play the doubles tomorrow.
I would agree, because while we keep talking about a heavy load, he only played singles at Wimbledon. His first 4 rounds were really quite comfortable.
Fault.
Overall there from the central umpire.
15-all.
It wasn't until the latter stages, notably the semi-final, just one 5-set match in the whole tournament.
You mean he's just coming good?
He's just finding his stride. He played immaculate tennis at Wimbledon, but no better than today.
Sorry, mate.
And his ball toss errant again.
Well, great stretch to make the first one, but the second one was just beyond him.
15-30.
2 beautiful off backhands here from Kuerten, who dragged a lot of them back down the line previously. First one had a little bit confused. The second one totally outguessed the net man. Real weight on that volley, taken from just above net level with a little bit of backspin, which just made it really cut through. And you can see the pace of this exchange, just too quick for Kuerten.
Oh, great play. And real venom from Rafter.
40-30.
Beautiful wrong footing volley. And then picking up the cross court, moving in and across to cut off the court.
Game Australia. Australia leads by 3 games to 1.
Pat Rafter really soundly beating Kuerten at this stage. And if you wonder how much the netman uses anticipation, this was caught Pat out this time. He went very quickly across court.
Ooh, he's cutting it fine, going for everything.
30 love.
Beautiful heavy forehand from Kuerten, opening up the court, and the sweeping backhand into the spare area.
40 love. Forty 15.
And Kuerten moving a little uncertainly there to his right.
40 30.
Really seemed to struggle there, and no effort to recover whatsoever.
Game Brazil.
Ace for Kuerten, and he holds serve, but it's 3-2 with a break. Rafter in the third set.
Australia leads by 3 games to 2.
Don't miss the biggest, brightest family show at the Sydney Opera House. Opera Australia with the 7 Network present The Gondoliers by Gilbert and Sullivan. An all-singing, all-dancing show to set the whole town laughing. Tickets from only $44 and children's tickets from just $22. The Gondoliers. Book now on 9319 1088 or at the Sydney Opera House and all Ticketek outlets.
Nick Scully has more furniture on display than anywhere else in Sydney, and right now you can take it home for free. That's right. Don't even put a deposit down, just take it home and pay it off over 2 years interest-free. Right now at Nick Scully Furniture.
Certain degree of resignation, I think, on the faces and in the body language of Gustavo Kuerten and Riccardo Acioli as they sat together on that changeover. Rafter and Newcomb comfortably relaxed on the other hand, and why not 2 sets to love and a break in the third. Rafter to serve at 3-2.
Love 15.
5th double fault for Rafter. In fact, 5 double faults apiece and 5 aces apiece.
$15 all.
Backhand return of Kuerten's.
15 30.
Backhand was proving one of his best shots today.
Sorry, mate. 30 all.
Under pressure, and Rafter comes up with a beautiful backhand volley just centimetres inside the baseline.
Game Australia. Australia leads by 4 games to 2.
Becoming a real trial, this match for Kuerten. This is a better effort, but to now he's been outgunned on the court, outnumbered in the stands. Good stuff. Yep. Acknowledged by Rafter.
30 love. Forty love. Game Brazil.
Yeah, that's good. And that's the best service game, I think, for Kuerten. But still the break with Rafter 4-3.
Australia leads by 4 games.
This news update brought to you by Colonial. Your home, your loan, your way.
Good morning. Foreign Minister Alexander Downer has warned no Fijian government can survive if it excludes the country's 43% of Fijian Indians. Prime Minister Howard's ruled out an early election to take advantage of the Labor Party's brawl over John Della Bosca's GST comments. And bushfires continue to burn out of control in parts of southern Greece. Details 7 News at 6.
Continental Easy Meals now has a range of delicious vegetable meal ideas, like vegetable korma curry. What do you think?
It's perfect, Mum.
You and Continental, just brilliant.
Most heartburn remedies neutralise acid here, but often that's not where the problem is. Gaviscon's different. It soothes the burning here and keeps digestive acid here where it should be.
Gaviscon, now in soothing peppermint liquid.
Well, the Fanatics have given it all to us today. The national anthem, the trumpet solos, we've had the bagpipes, we've had the lot. And Rafter has been giving Gustavo Kuerten the lot. Good service game from Kuerten, preceding game. Rafter, though, 4-3 ahead in the third set.
John Newcombe looking very satisfied
15 loss.
with Pat Rafter's performance. He just has an answer for everything that Kuerten produces safely into the open court.
Thirty loss. Loss.
Another solid game from Rafter.
Game Australia, ball change please. Australia leads by 5 games to 3. New balls.
Going with a little string saver. Gary, I don't know about you, but I didn't think that Pat would be able to beat Kuerten this comfortably. I thought he'd win, but this is a superb performance.
A tour de force.
Tour de force, and he's gone first class all the way.
Oh, out.
And if it weren't for bad luck, Gustavo would have had no luck at all.
Linesman looked long and hard at this one, but just missed. He's on the ropes now, Kuerten, in this opening rubber.
When Gustavo starts losing points in baseline exchanges, he must know he's in trouble.
First service.
He's not just in trouble, he's down for the count.
Thank you.
3 match points for Rafter. And Australia wins the opening rubber.
6-3, 6-2, 6-3.
Pat thanking his teammates and then the crowd for the support.
What a reception. The local fans have waited a long time for this. The hometown fans to see Rafter in action. He's at the microphone with Craig Willis.
Firstly, welcome home, mate.
Oh, geez, I tell you what, it's great to be home. You know, to come back here and, you know, I was a little bit tired here today and I really wanted to get off to a good start. Not just for my teammates, but all you guys as well. And thanks very much for coming out. It's Davis Cup's a great event and you guys supporting it very well. Thank you very much.
Pat, I think it would be fair to say the last few days have probably been a bit of a blur. The Wimbledon final, jumping straight on a plane, getting back here, but that performance against Gustavo Kuerten was just magnificent.
Yeah, when you're on a bit of a roll, you know, it's, you know, you want to try and keep it going, and I've hit a lot of balls over the last couple of weeks, and everything's going well. The luck's going my way, and then the wins go my way. So it's just nice to be out there competing again and knowing that each tournament I go in, I'm a chance of winning.
Well, you must have a bit left in the tank, judging by the leap you did over the net there. Well done. And congratulations on your win today, Patrick.
Thanks, Craig. Thank you.
Patrick Rafter, winner of the opening singles rubber of the Davis Cup by NEC over Gustavo Kuerten in straight sets.
Yes, the acclaim for Rafter. The match barely 1 hour and 25 minutes. I don't think anybody anticipated that it would be won by Rafter in that manner. All the hometown fans, of course, hoped that he would win. I guess in their hearts wanted him to win, felt that he would win, but nowhere did anybody think it would be as comfortable as that.
You've got to understand, Gustavo Kuerten is the #1 player this year. He's #1 on the Players' Championship race. He's won 3 events, including Hamburg, which is a Super 9, and the French. And Pat Rafter has just destroyed him.
Destroyed him in straight sets in the opening singles rubber of this Davis Cup semi-final. Australia, Pat Rafter, 6-3, 6-2, 6-3.
Well, I wonder what it's like to be the rainmaker.
5 rings. 1 call.
He's going to win gold for Australia. Oh, this is fantastic from the Australians. They've kicked away at the time. Johnson steaming away.
This is rare gold. The best kind of gold.
Can Freeman lift? She is lifting. It's been a mighty race. A colossus as big as has ever been.
To subscribe to C7's non-stop Olympic coverage, call now.
Well, Australia is 1 rubber to love up with Pat Rafter's demolition of Gustavo Kuerten, 6-3, 6-2, 6-3. We thought he'd win, John Fitzgerald, but not quite that easily.
No, it was convincing, wasn't it? And he'll be happy with the first serve percentages there, 61. Kuerten at 53 is not high enough on this grass court because Rafter could attack his second serve then. But the big stat there is the points won at net. 16 to Rafter, 6 to Kuerten. The unforced errors also, Gustavo forced into a few more unforced errors by the attacking player of Rafter. It was a naturally gifted grass court player, really, against a great player, but not one that is as comfortable on a grass court.
For sure. Well, the Davis Cup is celebrating 100 years this year, and as part of that celebration, NEC is giving you the chance to walk away with some wonderful gifts.
NEC and the Davis Cup are celebrating